Only days ago, global attention turned to this country after its president was arrested. Yet, behind the political news, Venezuela continues to stand out as a land full of contrast. It's a country that holds the highest waterfall on the planet, while its people wait in long lines just to collect clean water. Overview about country. Venezuela is a place where you can feel every season in a single day. From the 86 degrees Fahrenheit warmth along the Caribbean shoreline to the cool 59 degrees Fahrenheit climate high in the snow-capped Andes Mountains, covering an area about 1.5 times the size of Texas. The nation contains remarkable natural features that capture the imagination of anyone who learns about them. The most breathtaking of these is Angel Falls, the tallest waterfall in the world, where water drops nearly 300 feet and often becomes mist before touching the ground. Another wonder is Lake Maracaibo, known for the Catatumbo lightning, a phenomenon that produces roughly 2 million lightning flashes each year, forming an ongoing storm that acts like one of Earth's largest natural ozone sources. The Beauty Queen's Island. Walking through city streets, it is common to notice Venezuelan women wearing fitted outfits, detailed makeup, and moving with confidence. There is a unique reality here. Many women wake up early to focus on their appearance, not just for celebrations, but even for everyday errands like shopping for food or meeting friends for coffee. However, beneath this polished exterior lies a strong appreciation for traditional values. Venezuelan women value thoughtful gestures, generosity, and meaningful surprises. Many are open to relationships with foreigners, especially as over 7 million Venezuelans have migrated abroad. One crucial point when she introduces you to her family: it's significant. You've been welcomed into the most personal part of her life. If you want to learn more about how to make friends and date Venezuelan women through social media or dating apps, please type 1 below. The transportation paradox. Venezuela holds the largest oil reserves on the planet, far surpassing Saudi Arabia and Russia. Yet, a nation with more than 300 billion barrels of oil is paralyzed by a severe fuel shortage. Transportation is split into 2 tiers. At subsidized stations, fuel is almost free but tightly rationed. At international stations, a single tank can wipe out an entire family's income. For travelers, this creates a strange reality. Private taxis are rare, so visitors rely on por puestos. Shared vintage American cars from the 1950s, cramming 7 passengers into vehicles built for 5. The paradox runs deeper. Venezuelan crude is extremely heavy and can only be efficiently refined by specialized refineries in the United States. When political relations collapsed, Venezuela was cut off from the very facilities needed to turn its own oil into gasoline. Under the Trump administration, this oil became a strategic prize. The United States desires this oil because refineries along the Gulf of Mexico are specifically designed to handle heavy Venezuelan crude, and securing it would help Washington build a stable energy shield and reduce dependence on the Middle East. The plight of the Venezuelan people is like sitting atop a vast ocean of fuel without the key to open it. The unique goods exchange market. In Venezuela, the local currency, the bolivar, is slowly disappearing from daily use, replaced by U.S. dollars. Locals try to get rid of bolivars as quickly as possible due to rapid devaluation. If you exchange 100 US dollars into bolivars in cash, the result can be surprising. Spending around $60 may leave you with a bulky bag of banknotes, yet their value can drop sharply within hours. You are advised to avoid holding bolivars for long. As cash loses its function, barter markets have emerged, known as mercados de trueque. These markets operate on weekends in areas such as Baruta and Los Teques. Goods are exchanged directly without money: rice for eggs, sugar for flour, or clothes for vegetables. An important tip for you: always carry small US dollar bills. Most vendors and restaurants prefer dollars, and many ATMs no longer function reliably. If this side of Venezuela caught you off guard, drop a like and hit the hype button on your phone to keep this journey going. The strangest Christmas tradition. Each Christmas season, from December 16th to 24 people in Caracas, Venezuela, take part in the Misa de Aguinaldo while wearing roller skates. In the early mornings during this period, many main streets are closed to traffic, allowing a lively roller skating procession to pass through. The scene feels like a moving celebration, with people dressed in colorful Christmas clothing as they glide over the stone streets on skates. The beginning of this tradition is simple and pure. Children in Caracas once enjoyed skating during Christmas time, and gradually adults joined them, turning it into a family habit closely tied to the city's identity. Many participants add their own creative touch by wearing Christmas sweaters, red skirts, and Santa hats, producing photos that spread widely online and attract visitors from around the world. Some neighborhoods even organize playful skating contests, making the holiday spirit even stronger. This custom stands out as one of the most unusual Christmas traditions anywhere. Comment: yes, if you would like to try skating to church in Caracas. The best cocoa village. Located along the Caribbean coast, Chuao is a world-famous village celebrated for producing some of the finest cocoa on earth. Cocoa from Chuao has earned top fine cocoa awards many times from international cocoa organizations and is highly valued by luxury chocolate makers as a premium ingredient. One remarkable detail is that Chuao has no roads at all. You can only arrive by boat across the Caribbean Sea or by walking through dense jungle paths. This separation from modern transport has protected traditional cocoa farming and processing methods that have been passed down for more than 4 centuries. One of the most recognizable scenes is cocoa beans spread out to dry under the sun on the red-tiled ground in front of the old village church. Chuao cocoa is known for its gentle and well-balanced flavor, with a soft, fruity finish, which places chocolate made from these beans among the most expensive in the world. In addition, the methods used to grow and process Chuao cocoa have been officially recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of Venezuela. The villagers live in a close and independent community, managing production through traditional cooperatives, creating a rare cocoa haven admired by chocolate experts worldwide. The Balcony of Dolls. Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, is a lively city filled with unexpected sights. Among them, El Balcón de las Muñecas Malditas, the Balcony of Cursed Dolls, in the Santa Agustín del Sur neighborhood has gained attention as one of the most unsettling landmarks in South America. Not part of official sightseeing routes, this location is whispered about on international travel forums as a place where urban art meets genuine unease. From the narrow street below, visitors can see dozens of old dolls hanging along the balcony railing of a weathered apartment building. Some are worn by time, others are missing hair, limbs, or even eyes. Their plastic faces frozen in expressions that seem to shift as afternoon shadows grow longer. The collection has grown to over 100 dolls, each dangling from strings like silent witnesses watching the street below. When dim streetlights cast flickering shadows, the dolls appear to sway slightly in the wind, creating an atmosphere that has earned the balcony its nickname, Las Muñecas Malditas, the Cursed Dolls. The story behind it adds another layer of mystery. An elderly woman who lives alone began hanging the dolls more than 15 years ago. Some say she collects them to remember her lost childhood. Others whisper darker theories about each doll representing someone from her past. She rarely speaks to visitors, occasionally appearing at her window to add another doll to the growing collection, but never explaining why. During Halloween, the balcony becomes a pilgrimage site for urban explorers and paranormal enthusiasts. Some visitors report feeling watched, while others claim to hear faint sounds, like children laughing. Though no children live in the building, local ghost tour guides now include the balcony in their routes, sharing tales of neighbors who refuse to walk past the building after dark. For travelers with a taste for the macabre, visiting during late afternoon offers the most dramatic experience. Stand across the street as golden hour fades, and watch how the changing light transforms innocent toys into something far more haunting. Photographers come from across South America to capture this eerie display, making it one of Caracas's most photographed yet least officially recognized attractions. The magnificent Mural City. Large-scale mural art is a vital part of Venezuela's urban character, earning Caracas a reputation as one of South America's leading graffiti cities, just behind Bogotá. Along major roads like Avenida Libertador, enormous murals can stretch for hundreds of feet. But the true spirit of this art lives deep inside the barrios, the hillside communities overlooking the city. In these areas, graffiti is much more than decoration. It serves as a voice of survival. In neighborhoods like Petare and La Vega, where even navigation systems struggle, colorful artwork rises from worn concrete as a bold response to daily hardship. The most striking pieces come from local artists like Flix and Resist, whose work transforms entire building facades into massive portraits. Within the rough surroundings of a slum, you may suddenly face a towering mural of a Miss Venezuela winner, her beauty rendered in brilliant detail across 5 stories. This shows a unique sense of national pride, where beauty is celebrated as a source of hope, something rarely seen in other graffiti cities around the world. Yet visiting these open-air galleries follows unspoken rules. To enter the inner barrios, visitors usually need a local guide who is trusted by the community. Organizations like Caracas Urban Adventures now offer guided graffiti tours, where experienced locals lead small groups through neighborhoods like San Agustin del Sur and Catia, explaining the meaning behind each piece while ensuring safety. The best tours happen on Saturday mornings when artists are often working on new pieces. Visitors can watch murals take shape, meet the creators, and understand how each artwork tells a story of resistance, memory, or hope. In the narrow and confusing alleys, cameras must be handled with care, since pointing them toward private spaces can quickly create tension. But your guide will show you exactly where and how to photograph respectfully. Today, these guided graffiti tours are drawing international travelers eager to feel the true rhythm of Caracas and see how art transforms struggle into beauty. The happiest funeral in the world. In Venezuela, death is often treated not as an ending, but as a reason for humor and release. At the end of Carnival, visitors are amazed by the burial of the sardine, where entire towns dress in black, cry dramatically for a wooden fish, and then throw it into the sea to symbolically bury the bad luck of the past year. By Easter Sunday, the playful spirit reaches its height with the burning of Judas. Locals build large figures shaped like unpopular public characters, read aloud a fake final will filled with sharp jokes, and then burn the figures as crowds cheer loudly. By joining these lively traditions, travelers experience more than celebration. They discover the deep optimism of the people, who choose laughter as a way to face hardship and continue forward with strength. The tower that touched the sky. In the center of modern Caracas stands a 45-floor building rising about 620 feet, known as Torre de David. It was once planned as the most advanced financial tower in Venezuela. After the financial crisis of 1994, construction stopped, and the building was left unfinished. Its windows empty, its floors bare concrete. What happened next turned Torre de David into one of the most famous symbols of urban survival in the world. Between 2007 and 2014, homeless families slowly moved in, eventually reaching more than 700 families, nearly 3,000 people, living between the first and 28th floors. With no working elevators, residents relied entirely on staircases, some climbing more than 20 floors daily just to reach home. They built their own systems for electricity and water, running cables and pumping water manually from lower levels, forming a rare self-made living system inside an abandoned skyscraper. At its peak, Torre de David was more than housing. It included a gym, a hair salon, and even a small cafe operated by residents. Motorcycle taxis ran up and down the staircases, transporting residents and goods for a small fee. In 2014, the government relocated all residents, and Torre de David now stands empty once again, though plans for redevelopment remain uncertain. Today, it remains a popular photo destination for urban explorers who carefully navigate security to capture haunting images of this vertical ghost town. The tower also appeared in the American television series Homeland Season 3. Securing its place as one of the most famous symbols of urban decay globally, for travelers interested in contemporary urban history, viewing Torre de David from outside offers a powerful reminder of how people create community, even in the most unlikely places. Los Roques, a paradise beyond the rules. Los Roques is not just an archipelago, but a parallel universe hidden in the Caribbean Sea. The first thing that leaves any traveler in awe is the water, impossibly clear, creating a famous optical illusion in which boats appear to float in midair, their shadows sharply projected onto the smooth white sand below. With more than 300 islands of all sizes and vibrant coral reefs, this place is often compared to the Maldives of South America, yet it feels far more untouched and mysterious. This is a strictly protected national park, completely free of high-rise buildings or the noise of urban engines. Here, you are forced to adapt to a simpler rhythm of life, walking barefoot on the sand or gliding across the water on small boats to explore islands that seem never to have been set foot on. Arriving here, you immediately sense a striking contrast. Los Roques feels like a brilliant diamond hidden inside an old, worn box, entirely detached from the turmoil of the outside world. It proves that even in the most difficult times, nature has still granted Venezuela a dreamlike escape, a place where time seems to stand still and everyday worries dissolve into seafoam. It is precisely this isolation and unreal beauty that make Los Roques one of the most intriguing destinations on Earth, a paradise that exists beyond the usual rules of the modern world. Home of the gentle giants. When people think of Venezuela, many do not know that it is the natural home of the capybara, the largest rodent in the world. In the wide grasslands and wetlands of the Venezuelan llanos, locals warmly refer to them as chiguire. A full-grown capybara can weigh as much as 150 pounds and reach close to 4.5 feet in length. Capybaras are excellent swimmers by nature. They are able to swim for long periods and can stay underwater for up to 5 minutes at a time. This ability led to an unusual tradition in the past, when during Lent, local churches allowed people to eat capybara as if it were fish. A curious and memorable detail of Venezuelan culture. Beyond their size, capybaras are famous for their calm and friendly behavior. They usually live in groups of 10 to 20 and often get along easily with dogs, cats, and even birds. Despite being so large, they communicate with soft and cute sounds, which many visitors find charming. For travelers hoping to see these gentle giants in their natural habitat, the best option is booking a wildlife tour through Hato El Cedral or Hato Pinero, working cattle ranches in the Llanos region that have transformed into ecotourism destinations. These multi-day tours, typically running from November to April during the dry season, offer morning safaris where capybaras gather in large groups around shrinking water sources, often lounging alongside caimans, anacondas, and various bird species. The experience of watching dozens of capybaras peacefully grazing at sunrise, their young playing in shallow pools while adults keep watch, provides one of South America's most underrated wildlife encounters. Local guides explain their behavior, point out family groups, and share stories of how these massive rodents have become cultural symbols appearing in traditional Venezuelan stories, artwork, and modern internet humor. Cayo de Agua and the Windsurfer's Paradise. For ocean lovers, Cayo de Agua, a tiny island within Los Roques archipelago, offers clear blue waters and soft white sand that once earned praise from European travel magazines as the Caribbean's answer to the Maldives. The island is so small you can walk its entire length in under 10 minutes, yet its beaches consistently rank among the most beautiful in South America. What makes Cayo de Agua particularly special is the sandbar connecting two sections of the island. At low tide, this natural bridge emerges from turquoise water, creating a thin strip of pure white sand surrounded by ocean on both sides. Walking this sandbar feels like strolling on top of the sea itself. With water so clear you can count individual shells on the sandy bottom 10 feet below. Meanwhile, on Isla Margarita's northern coast, Playa El Yaque has become a world-famous windsurfing and kitesurfing destination. The combination of consistent trade winds averaging 20 to 25 knots, warm, shallow water, and nearly 300 days of sunshine per year creates conditions that professional athletes travel across continents to experience. The beach town that has grown around El Yaque feels like an international sports village, with instructors speaking German, Italian, French, and English, all drawn by the perfect conditions. Beginners appreciate the gradual sandy bottom extending far from shore, while advanced riders challenge themselves in stronger wind zones farther out. Equipment rental shops line the beach, and local schools offer multi-day courses that take absolute beginners to competent riders in just 1 week. For travelers seeking coastal beauty and water sports, these two destinations represent Venezuela's aquatic extremes, the serene paradise of Cayo de Agua and the adrenaline-charged winds of El Yaque. 14. The Cave of Nightbirds. Hidden in the mountains of Monagas State, Cueva del Guacharo stretches nearly 6 miles into darkness, making it one of South America's most extensive cave systems. But distance isn't what makes it remarkable. This cave is home to thousands of guacharo birds, also called oil birds, nocturnal creatures that navigate through pitch-black caverns using echolocation, much like bats. Walking into Cueva del Guacharo with a guide feels like entering another planet. The cave's entrance is massive, cathedral-like, with light streaming in to illuminate formations that took millions of years to create. But as you venture deeper, the darkness becomes absolute. broken only by headlamps revealing stalactites hanging like frozen waterfalls and underground rivers flowing through carved channels. Then you hear them. The guacharos fill the darkness with strange clicking sounds and harsh cries that echo off cave walls, creating an otherworldly chorus. These birds are unique among cave-dwelling species because they're one of the only nocturnal fruit-eating birds in the world. Each night, they fly up to 75 miles out of the cave to feed on palm fruits, then return before dawn to roost in complete darkness. The cave was scientifically studied by Alexander von Humboldt in 1799, making it one of the first caves in the Americas to receive detailed documentation. Today, guided tours take visitors about a mile into the cave system, far enough to experience the birds and remarkable formations, but not so deep as to require technical climbing. The most magical moment comes when turn off all lights. In that absolute darkness, surrounded by the sounds of thousands of birds navigating invisible spaces, you experience what true darkness feels like, a sensation increasingly rare in our illuminated modern world. 15. The most spectacular festivals. Venezuela is known for hosting some of the most colorful and culturally rich festivals in South America. These celebrations are more than entertainment, as they represent the spirit of the people and are deeply connected to everyday life. One powerful example is the Diablos Danzantes de Yare, held each June in San Francisco de Yare. During this event, hundreds of participants wear striking red devil masks and dance through the streets as a form of devotion. A tradition so meaningful that it has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, Carnival in Venezuela is another unforgettable experience. In the town of El Cayo, visitors are greeted by parade floats, dancers in bright costumes, and steel bands playing Caribbean rhythms, creating an energy similar to famous festivals in Trinidad and Tobago. The Fiesta de San Juan Bautista in Barlovento surrounds visitors with non-stop drumming and dancing that continues through the night. Meanwhile, the Feria de la Chinita in Maracaibo fills an entire week with celebrations that combine religious devotion and lively street music. Few countries offer festivals almost every month like Venezuela, making it a dream destination for travelers who enjoy culture and unique traditions. 16. The cuisine that breaks all rules. Venezuelan food makes a strong impression starting at breakfast. Locals often say that without an arepa, a meal cannot truly be called Venezuelan. Arepas are small, round corn cakes that are opened and filled with ingredients such as roasted pork, shredded beef, chicken, black beans, or special melted cheeses. Much like sandwiches in the United States, arepas are a daily staple. Every morning in cities like Caracas and Maracaibo, long lines form as people wait patiently to buy fresh arepas for about $1 or $2. For lunch, the national dish pabellón criollo brings together a mix of colors and flavors, including white rice, tender shredded beef, rich black beans, and golden fried plantains. This hearty plate often reminds American diners of comforting Southern-style meals. Plantains hold a special place in Venezuelan cooking and appear in many dishes, from simple fried slices to festive meals like asado negro. This dish features beef slowly cooked in a dark sauce made from sugarcane and rum, creating a sweet and savory flavor that has even caught the attention of chefs abroad. But Venezuela's food culture holds stranger surprises. In the Andean region, locals still prepare hormiga culona, roasted big-bottomed ants that are considered a delicacy and traditional aphrodisiac. The ants are collected during specific seasons, toasted until crunchy, and eaten like popcorn, with a flavor described as somewhere between bacon and nuts. Another unusual item is chicha, a fermented corn drink that varies wildly by region. In some areas, it's sweet and mild. In others, it's potent and sour, made through traditional methods where corn is chewed to start fermentation, a technique dating back to pre-Columbian times. For adventurous food travelers, finding places like Arepera La Esquina del Sabor in Caracas or the family-run spots in Merida's Market offers authentic tastes impossible to replicate elsewhere. These small establishments, often run by the same families for generations, guard recipes that represent Venezuela's true culinary heritage. Unchanged by modern trends or international influence, from the world's tallest waterfall to a vertical slum touching the sky, from roller skating to church at Christmas to trading goods without money, Venezuela remains one of the most fascinating countries few truly understand. Behind every extreme contrast lies the resilience of people who turn hardship into creativity, who celebrate beauty in the midst of crisis, and who choose laughter even when facing the darkest moments. This is a land where nature's wonders meet human ingenuity, where ancient traditions blend with modern survival, and where every street corner holds a story waiting to be discovered. Whether it's the calm capybaras in the Llanos, the lightning storms over Lake Maracaibo, or the taste of arepa filled with slow-cooked beef, Venezuela offers experiences found nowhere else on Earth. If this journey through Venezuela's hidden realities has opened your eyes to a country beyond the headlines, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next exploration. Drop a comment below and share which fact surprised you the most. Or tell us which country you'd like us to uncover next. Your thoughts help shape our future stories, and we read every single one. Until next time, keep exploring the world's untold wonders.